All right, guys, getting back into this project. Thanks for tuning in. It's Friday afternoon. Just gonna work here for probably half an hour, 45 minutes, because it's on my way home, so it's kind of easy to do that. Got a little situation in the shop, which is not exactly the way that I left it. So I'm gonna turn this around and show you guys what I walked into. But I haven't been here since Sunday, so it's been a couple days. Yeah, let me turn this around. Alrighty, so walk in the shop and oh, what is that? Huge puddle underneath the truck on the lift. So in hindsight, forgot about that. So pulled the transfer case off, transmission's leaning down a little bit, and we got a mess. So gonna get to clean that up, and I think I'm gonna start working on, I'm gonna get this exhaust out of here. That's gonna be my 30-minute goal. So I will catch up with you when I get that done. Alrighty, so picking back up, like I said, I only have about 30-45 minutes, so I'm gonna call it for Friday, but we'll be back tomorrow. Got the Y pipe out of here and started to mitigate my spill mess, which you might have seen, but there's some spill pads underneath there, and I just put that down for now so I could walk kind of in the area. So Y pipe is out, and the wiring harness for the O2 sensors that ran kind of along this way is up there now. So we are like extremely close to being able to pull that transmission out, which will probably be our next step. After that, of course, everything associated with the engine, core support, and last but not least, this fuel tank, which I was kind of looking at this. That's interesting. And on top of that, we got a little bit back here, which I have to do a little research myself, because to be totally honest, when I put the new fuel system in here, I'm not sure how much of this whole evap charcoal canister kind of thing I keep, just because I haven't dealt with modifying a fuel system to the extent that this is going to be modified yet. So don't know what I do with that. Don't know if I'm going to need that support. Don't know if I even need to worry about mounting it, but that's going to be part of the project, I guess, if I do. So thanks for watching so far. See you tomorrow. Alrighty, guys. Good morning. Sunday morning. Getting back on this project. I think I got an intro from Friday, but in case I need this, I'll use it. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping. Today, I already started to get to work because I wanted to do the intro, but my heater was running, so it was a little loud in here. But we are going to prioritize getting the transmission out and separated from the engine, and then also getting the fuel tank out of the truck. You might notice a couple things that I got going on already. The exhaust is out of the truck because I was doing that while the heater was running. And then I started to disconnect everything on the fuel tank because, like I said, I wanted to do an intro later. So let me pull you off the tripod really quick, but I got 2 gas cans over here draining the fuel tank so that I don't drop it on my head, and also working on getting the torque converter bolts out of the flex plate and the torque converter on the transmission. So let me show you that really quick. So here is the 3 torque converter bolts, and if you've never seen this before, it'll make more sense once I get them separated. However, back in here, let's see if I can zoom in. There's that bolt hole right there on that flex plate that has the teeth. And so that's where those 3 bolts go in, and that's what holds those together. I had a heck of a time trying to get a wrench on there and hold it in place. So I actually just used one of these nuts from the exhaust, and I just jammed it in the teeth so that that couldn't move. There's a special tool for that, but got to improvise and adapt because I didn't realize I needed it, don't have it. So tried to use a block of wood, and that wasn't working. So we still got the old Valdez oil spill going on over here. Haven't cleaned that up yet. And coincidentally enough, looks like we just drained out of fuel. So Chuck had about a quarter tank in it, which are 26-gallon tanks. So we're working with like 6-7 gallons or so. So I got one. Looks like that's about at the 4.5-gallon mark, and then this one, maybe half a gallon in it. So I'm gonna move this around a little bit and see if I can't get any more to come out of it. But as long as she's mostly empty, we're gonna drop that next, or transmission, then drop this. So I will hit you guys up with some more time lapse and then check in with you in a little bit when we make some more progress. That just kicked my butt for about an hour and a half maybe. It was a long time. So since I saw you last, I got transmission out. So we're looking at just engine left, right? Yeah, stuck. It was, didn't want to come out. So for a while there, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, I must have an extra torque converter bolt. I must have an extra bell housing bolt. I was crawling all over this thing because I couldn't budget. It was like stuck. And apparently that's the thing. Haven't pulled very many transmissions in my life, right? So stuck. Not good. But anyways, I'll flip you around here in a second so I can show you a little bit. But transmission's out, and even though that killed a lot of our progress, a lot of our time, fuel tank's still gonna come out today because I want that out of here too. And then the last thing is take the harness off nicely and pull the engine out, pull the core support off, and this thing's going to the sandblaster. So let me flip around so I can show you a couple things, and then we'll get back to work. All right, so I flipped you around. We have lots of room for activities now. So I don't know exactly. I think it might have been the dowels that the transmission was stuck on, to be totally honest. But I was prying it and pulling on it. And the big thing is I didn't want to crack the belt housing of the transmission at all, because I've seen people do that, and that is not good. So didn't want to do that. What I ended up doing, which I don't know how much of the video I really was able to get from the time lapse over there, because I was working over here a little bit, but I took the manifolds off and I used, you see a little bit of my hammer right there, but I used my hammer and hit around where the starter is on the transmission. And eventually I got a little gap and I'm like, all right, we're making progress. And then kind of hit it, tried to use like a 2x4 actually, and I ended up just splitting it a bunch at the end. So that didn't work. It would have been nice to have like a nice, you know, poly rubber or something or another to push down in there and hit. But yeah, it was, I feel beat, but it is out and gone. Hopefully my coworker buys it, or if not, we'll throw it on Marketplace. But let's see, is there anything else that I want to show you? No, I don't think so. I think we're just gonna get this thing lifted up back in the air, maybe do a little organization underneath it, and pull that fuel tank out. So that'll be the next pain in the butt, I think. But after that, if we got time, I'm gonna start cleaning up all the brake lines and get all those out of here, and then that engine, maybe start cleaning that up and clean the wires up off of it and get that guy ready to go. So we will see what we can get done. Alrighty guys, we just got the fuel tank out, which you probably saw on the time lapse, and I knew we were gonna have to fix some stuff, but I did not realize that also needed to be fixed. So someone's definitely been in here to weld things on this frame before, because I'm finding stuff like this, which those boogers are not factory, I can guarantee you that much. And that support right there is not in good shape. So this frame needs a lot of help, actually more than that cross member isn't even connected. So they didn't even put bolts through it when they must put a new one in. But yeah, this is gonna need more work than I originally anticipated. But good thing is, there should be enough metal there to save it, and we can do some cutting, some welding, some grinding, get this old stuff out of here and get some new stuff in here and make this frame strong again. So like I said, got the fuel tank out, and I think I'm gonna do just a little bit of organizing and cleaning. Those fuel lines right there, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna toss those, because I don't really have a use for them, and I cannot get the metal right there out of those plastic fuel lines. So I'm gonna go through a little bit of this stuff, do a little organizing, and then we'll start working on the engine. So if this might be the end of my video, my first video for today, just because I got a lot of time lapse, and I think this video is gonna be longer than my normal 7 to 10 minutes. So if this is the end, you will see this, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks for viewing the video. Leave a comment if you would like. Subscribe if you would like as well, and look forward to the next video with you guys. So thanks again. Bye now.